Okay guys, so in the last video I think we cut it short without actually doing too much work. So in this video let's get more of this game actually done. So in the last video we created some like basic movement code, but there wasn't any collision code. And the thing is, in this kind of a system where you have to check before every rotation, the collision code is a bit bigger than a normal platformer. So I think this is what we got it to, and I just added some functionality like if you click shift, it moves a bit fast. That's it. Apart from that, I also created some sprites for like a gun. So like this is a small gun, and this is like a bullet that's 16 by 16, so it's actually small. Anyways, so now let's integrate this whole um, bullet thing, right? Cool. So where do we start? With the gun, right? So we want to kind of draw the gun along with the player. So in the draw event, let's see how I can do it. Firstly, you draw self, and then because this draws you, and then you want to draw the gun as well. So I think there should be some draw sprite, transform something, right? Yeah. So I think this is good enough. Draw sprite extended. So the sprite I'm drawing is S gun, and it has like only one animation, and same X and Y, because I've kind of configured it that way. If you look at it like S gun, the origin it matches well, is all I'm going to say. That's the gun, and that's like the player. It works. So yeah, X and Y, and X scale, Y scale, just one is fine. And rotation should be the image angle of this current image of the player, because it follows your mouse. Color, see white. Maybe you can add like skins and all later here. Alpha 1. Even alpha can be kind of modified. Anyway, so let's see how this works. Alright, so there's like a gun now, and cool. So shift, and yep, that's kind of working how I want it to. Maybe it can go a bit faster. Anyways, now let's do some bullet functionality. So you want to like shoot a bullet from the gun. That's we can actually start with that. So how do you shoot a bullet? I have an S bullet sprite, but I think for this we'll have to create like a bullet object. So let me go ahead and do that in objects, Alt O, call it O bullet, and set the sprite to our bullet sprite. Okay. Now in O player, whenever you like click, so bullet codes like shooting. So whenever you actually click, so mouse check button pressed, MB left. So when you do a left click, we want like a bullet to be formed. So var bullet equals instance create layer. We want to draw a bullet. We want to create an instance of O bullet, and we'll get to where it's going to be done. For now, let me just set it to X and Y, and the layer, I have like only one layer instances. We'll change all of this later, but for now it's not important. O bullet, and yep. Also, let's give it like speed because it's moving away from us. So bullet dot image angle equals our player's image angle. It looks very weird otherwise. Bullet dot direction is equal to image angle, and bullet dot speed, I don't know, let's set it to like 15. I hope that's not too much. Okay, now this will work. In fact, you'll see it working because I put X and Y. Okay, that's weird. Mouse check button pressed. Yeah, that what have I done here, man? Okay, it should have an if obviously. Uh, so just if mouse check button pressed. Yeah, okay. So now you can see that when we click, it's actually shooting, but it's from the center of the player, not the tip of the gun. Now I want you guys to think about how we'll do that. How do you make it shoot from the tip of the gun? If we were to do it in a simple way, so our player can be at any angle. This is 0 degrees, this is 90, 180, 270. So at any angle theta, or so how are you gonna like hit the tip of the gun? So my solution to this is like, um how much space is there between the origin of the place, like the center of that square to tip of the gun? I don't know, it'd probably be like 50 pixels, right? So what if we could, instead of starting from our player, start it 50 pixels away from our player in the direction of that tip? And how do you figure out that tip? This is 0 degrees, right? The tip is like at minus 45 degrees, like almost like if the player is here, the tip is kind of in this angle, right? So that's what we'll do. And if you don't understand this part, it's really okay, because there's a million ways to shoot from the tip, and this is just my way. So we do x plus length dir x, select that many pixels. Now how many pixels? Like about 50. What direction? Image angle. Do the same for the y, but use length dir. Sorry, not, yeah, so image angle minus 45 degrees. Same for the y. So wait, let me just put it in like line by line. Yeah, y plus length dir y, image angle minus 45. And again, this is like all relative. Your gun tip might be different. So okay, you can see it's kind of working, but 50 might have been a bit too much. So let me just set it like 40 maybe. You just want to make it look like it's starting from the gun tip. That's really the end goal of this whole thing. Also, the bullets are a bit too big, so let me just set bullet dot x scale, image x scale, to, I don't know, 0.5. I had ideally want to have like many different scales, but we'll start with that. Bullet dot image y scale can be same as x scale. Okay, that's good. Now I'm not gonna try it out. So now we do have like a working game. Now let's add rocket networking to this whole mixture, and I promise you that's gonna make this game, the multiplayer of this game, so much simpler. And that's why I'll be publishing this game, Lil Shake IO. That's like my name. So I'm actually going to put this under my name. Hope nobody has bought the domain name. Anyways, so let's go to rocketnetworking.net. And so this is the website. You will have to get the template, which is like an importer, YYMPS import. So you'll have to like import it. So you can get it directly from the marketplace, or you can also get it from the Google Drive link. I use the Google Drive because it's like faster. And so here is like where I've put all the game tutorials, and soon this basic multiplayer. Okay, well, it's not a platformer, but I will be putting that up. Anyways, so let's download this YYMPS. And okay, that's the 10th one. In the last video, it was the 9th one. That's funny. Now you want to go ahead to Tools, Import Local Package, and in Downloads, the 10th one. Now, pretty much everything is cool here, so just import it all. Okay. Now that you have imported it, you'll have to create an account with us. So creating an account is like very easy, it's free, it's simple. So you want to go ahead to my dashboard, and you can sign with Google or email, and that's it. Even this whole dashboard is getting kind of redesigned to more beautiful format. Anyways, so what you want to go ahead and do is copy this secret key. This is how we identify you as a user, like who you are. So you want to copy this and paste it in your game under scripts, rocket networking options. This is like where you control everything. So this is version 1.4. I hope you guys are using this version. Fixed a lot of stuff here which wasn't working previously. Okay, so you have put your server ID. Now we know it's you. Okay, and another thing, if you're using HTML, HTML has some problems in GameMaker. GX works fine with Rocket Network, but for HTML, you will have to, do a manual server connection. So for that, you'll have to set this variable to true, and you'll have to manually put down your server URL. So this Linode VM, so like we use Linode to host your servers, right? So you want to copy your server URL from here and paste it here if you're using HTML. Even if you're not using HTML, you can do it, but why the extra hassle? It's only for HTML. Okay, so we have done that. Cool. Now let's see how rocket networking works. You want to go ahead to player, because this is everything to us, and let me make multiplayer. Now let's get started with the basics. What do we want others to see? We want to see them see. We want them to see us, right? We don't want to see them see. We want them to see us. So you'll have to actually connect to the server and start sharing some data like your X coordinate and your Y coordinate. So let's go to the create event and actually connect to our server. So yeah, there's another thing. The first thing, you put down your server ID or your secret key. Then you want to go ahead to the room where any multiplayer stuff starts, and in objects, rocket networking, brain. This is the brain of our whole system. Just put down the brain. What do you have without a brain, right? So this goes here, and then you want to go ahead to any object where now all you have to do is the connection. So you say connect to server, right? And yeah, this connects you to our server. That should pretty much be it. So let's we can run this much, right? How long is this video? 13 minutes. Okay, I should kind of end it here, but what should I do? Okay, let's just run it once and see. Okay, so I'm shooting bullets and everything, and yep, it says you are connected. So that's like the connection callback. We'll talk about all this in the next video, but yes, it's working. Like, go fast with shift, you know what I'm saying?